Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, how I turned $500 into nearly $50,000 in just a few months using this simple strategy that I'm going to show you right now. But first, you need to know the platform I'm using and also what kind of trading this is. So first of all, this platform is called Pocket Option. I've used them for several years, cashed out thousands of dollars. They're reputable, reliable. They pay out fast. I don't have to wait that long to receive my funds. And yeah, they're a great platform. Thousands of people use them across the world. And then the next thing that's really crucial to understand is like, what kind of trading is this? As you can see, it's actually a very simplistic form of trading that offers tremendous returns. You can make up to 92% profit on your investment amount in as short as a minute, 5 minutes, hours, and so forth. I like to make my profits as quickly as possible, so I tend to select, a minute trade, because every successful trade you can make, tremendous returns. And all you're trying to decide in binary options, and they make it really simple to kind of understand the concept here in Pocket Option, is whether a currency, asset, index, whatever, is going to go up or down in a certain period of time. So for example, this is the currency of the euro to the US dollar. And right about now, we're about, 1.0815, 1.08144. All we have to choose is how much money do we want to invest in this trade, and do we predict it will go up or down in the next minute. Every single time we make correct predictions, we will earn back $28.80 on this $15 trade. And if we're wrong, we will lose the $15 we're invested. So that's why you have to have a good working strategy to be profitable with this. Otherwise, it's kind of like rolling the dice, playing blackjack, going to the casino. You need to have a consistently working strategy so that the vast majority of the time you're profitable. You'll have some losses, but hopefully you'll have majority wins and you'll keep your account growing. So let's go into this exact strategy so you can know how you can apply this and start doing exactly what I did that turned that $500 into nearly $50K. So first off, you'll want to make sure that you've created your Pocket Option account. I have a link in the description that shows you easily how to do that and then also reminds you of the strategy. But after you've created your account and you're at this trading page, I like to use currencies. I find that they really follow patterns very consistently. One of my favorites is Euro USD. So let's go ahead and select this currency. And then the next step is we want to use some indicators in order to determine with this strategy whether the currency will go up or down in the next 60 seconds. So first, start off your chart as a candle chart. Select the time frame as 5 seconds because we really want to see every precise movement of the market and have our indicators kind of optimize off of that. So once these are selected, then go to indicators, and you're going to want to use 2. I used to have a more simplistic strategy that worked the majority of the time, but it wasn't perfect. And in this video, I wanted to add an additional layer to the strategy that even makes it more successful. And it just makes it very easy to see consistent returns on your trades. So you're going to select momentum. And, oftentimes it'll show it as a bar chart. This isn't as helpful. Click the pencil icon, then click on styles, click on the little gears and change this to line. I find this far more helpful. And then click on line width 2 so you can see it even more visibly. It's not as thin for people who may have trouble seeing. This is a much easier. And here's the first element of the strategy, which I'm going to explain. And then the second part of the strategy is to click Super Trend. All right, and then what you're going to want to do is adjust Super Trend to remove the multiplier, change this to 1, keep the period on 10, and click Save. So now there's a whole bunch of stuff going on the screen, but I'm going to make this really simple and show you exactly how this equates to making money with pocket option. So basically how the strategy works is by using the momentum tool, you can kind of see when the currency is going so far away from where the typical performance of it has been. And whenever you see a spike, that will tend to indicate that the currency is going to go and rebound in the opposite direction. So when we spike out on a chart, it means that the currency is likely going to bounce down. You can see that this alone was proof that this works. And if we had gotten this signal, we could have placed a whole bunch of low trades, going down, going down, going down, until it starts to stabilize back until the central region. And that means you want to kind of slow down your trades or even stop them until you get your next signal. My strategy used to only use this momentum tool and look for, peaks and valleys. Like for example, here's a steep valley. This means it's likely going to go in the opposite direction. And you can see that that works, but I wanted my strategy to become even more consistent and even more likely to be accurate. And that's why I've, added the super trend tool, which adds another layer of analyzation to the trends. And when you now get a signal of it going far below the central region and it hits this valley, and if you see the indicator say higher, if you have both those signals, that means it's much more likely that your trade is going to be correct. So for example, here it's saying lower, but I don't see a peak. I would ignore that signal unless you feel like taking some risks here. But when you go to the bottom of the chart and you're kind of spiking out and the currency is likely going to rebound in the opposite direction, and you have the super trend tool also telling you that they think it's going to go higher, those simultaneous signals are very reliable. And if we zoom in here, we could have a winning trade, a winning trade, a winning trade. Starts to get back more into the central region. You stop or slow down your trades and you wait for the next signal. So I hope all that's going on the screen doesn't seem too complicated. It's actually really easy. You're just looking for peaks and valleys, and then you're using the super trend to kind of confirm the signal. And with that confirmation, you can have, 80, 90% success rate with making these trades. And all you really need is to be right more like 55% of the time. But with these two tools combined, you should be right more like 80 to 90% of the time. And that's how you grow your account. You can start with, as small as like $1 trades or $10 trades, or, you can continue to grow it. I would say start smaller, maybe start with a $250 or $500 deposit into your account, and then use good money management to not invest more than like a couple percentages of your entire account at one time until you get your feet wet and more familiarized with the strategy. And then once you are comfortable with it and you're starting to see those consistent returns and seeing that it really, really works, that's when you can start to do the larger trade amounts and see, much bigger returns. And you can take your small $500, $1,000, $2,000 deposit and convert that into $50,000, $100,000. And so forth. So again, let's just keep looking back here to see that this works. It peaked out here, which usually gives you a good signal it's going to go down. But if we wait for the confirmation from the super trend about here that it's going to go down, you can see that those two signals in unison could lead to successful trade, successful trade, successful trade, successful trade. This strategy just works the vast majority of the time. If you guys are, eager to get started with this, start making some money with pocket option using these two tools in combination, I would suggest using something like a currency where the patterns are, like I said, very discernible and repeatable. But if you're ready to get started, I created a link in the description that goes to a website I made that has the steps 1, 2, 3, how to open, how to deposit, how to get bonus funds. And also it has a video that shares, this strategy again, like the specifics and how to apply this so that you can make some money and hopefully be like really consistent in growing that starting deposit and converting it into a much larger deposit. Remember, trading always involves a small amount of risk. If you don't have a strategy, if you treat it like a casino, if you just, go to town without any sort of plan, that's why money management, risk management, and have a strategy that is proven to work, and you should be able to see consistent returns and quickly grow your account. Pocket option allows you to invest, I believe, with quite a few methods. You can use like your credit card, you can use Bitcoin. I believe you can connect with your bank account, and then same thing with withdrawals. They're pretty flexible as well. So that's just another thing worth mentioning. If you found this video helpful, definitely click the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I'll try to release some more videos going into pocket option and strategy and that type of thing. But apply this strategy. I've found it to be extremely successful, and as you can see with the growing of my balance. But yeah, all the best, and let me know if you have any questions, and just write in the comments, and I'll try to reply as soon as I can, typically within 24 to 48 hours. All right, guys, all the best.